Wow, guys, JD Vance destroys Caitlin Collins again post debate. Check this out.
Of Ohio, who has also been watching that debate. Jake was just talking about what it means when a candidate comes into the spin room after a debate. Is that a sign of a good debate or a bad debate in your view?
Look, I think with President Trump, it's not a sign of either, frankly. I do think that he had a great debate. We can sort of hear the background noise here. But look, I think with President Trump, he had to be sort of talked out of coming to the spin room after the first debate because he really wanted to. And my guess is that he really wanted to come then. He really wanted to come now. This time it worked out. And look, he loves to talk to reporters because he loves to talk to the American people. And I think it's been a consistent theme of his campaign is going anywhere, going into hostile or friendly media, talking to people, answering questions, and trying to make his case. He's going to keep on doing that, whatever the format.
Did tonight go how you wanted it to go in terms of Harris clearly trying to get under his skin, talking about crowd sizes, talking about former officials like John Kelly and Mark Esper and others? I mean, I heard from some Trump advisors who said he took the debate too much. Do you believe that?
No, look, I think that what we saw from Kamala Harris was a lot of platitudes. It was a lot of plans that had no real substance behind them and no real precision behind them. And what is most interesting, and it's really the sort of microcosm of this entire race, is Kamala Harris has a record. Donald Trump has a record. Donald Trump is proud of his record and is running to it. Kamala Harris is running away from her record and pretending that somehow her term as president is going to be radically different from her term as vice president.
And this is what I'll be trying to tell people. Everybody was ask me, "Did you see the debate? Did you see the debate? She destroyed Trump." You know, I don't think there should have been a debate actually, because like us regular people, we go to the grocery store, we go to the gas station, we pay electric bills. We don't want these last 4 years to happen to us again. You know what I mean? And it's weird how everybody's trying to switch up on Trump. It's weird. The switches for Trump, they're trying to switch up. They're just bandwagon. They're going whatever Taylor Swift goes. That's why I don't think celebrities should be endorsing people. This is exactly why. Because they just changed their mind just like that. And all the people that had Swifties for Trump t-shirts, now they're bandwagon and now they're for Kamala. That doesn't make sense to me, guys. Trump is like the phoenix because he's going to prevail from this. And when he becomes president, all these people that switched up on him, we'll see. But let's keep this video going. I really want to see what he has to say.
President, but she can't actually articulate why. And in fact, to the extent that she articulates it at all, it's by running away from positions that she clearly held just a few years ago or even a few weeks ago.
So why didn't Trump push her more on that? Because that is what we hear from you every day on the campaign trail, is talking about her reversals. He did not really talk about why haven't you done what you're saying you'll do until his closing statement. Do you think he should have done that sooner?
Well, I think he did. I mean, he did it in the closing statement. He also really hammered her on her inconsistencies, right? This is a person who said she wanted to ban fracking. Now she says she doesn't. She wanted to defund the police. Now she said she doesn't. She wanted a secure border. I thought that he really did, actually. On three issues in particular, I think he was very focused on hammering Kamala Harris's inconsistencies with her record, what she says now versus what she said even a few weeks ago in some cases. It was on the border, it's on fracking, and it's on defund the police. That was clearly what he's most focused on, and I think it's not surprising because those are three of the issues that the American people care the most about. I mean, look, this is a person who was to the far left of her own party and now is trying to pretend that she's effectively Donald Trump. My favorite line of the night is when he said she's going to don a MAGA cap and pretend that she agrees with me on everything. I think the American people are too smart to be fooled by Kamala Chameleon acting to be somebody that she's clearly not.
Yeah, she kind of smirked when he said that he was going to send her one. On abortion, though, Trump was asked if he would veto a national abortion ban.
Did you guys notice how she just tried to get in there and say something was funny? Then she goes, on abortion though. You could tell whenever she tries to report something and she tries to do her job, she fails miserably at it. And look at JD Vance smiling because he's seeing right through whatever she tried to do. Look.
To be somebody
Look.
that she's clearly not.
Yeah, she kind of smirked when he said that he was going to send her one. On abortion, though, Trump was asked if he would veto a national abortion ban. You have said that he would. He said that the two of you have not talked about that you weren't talking for him. Have the two of you not talked about that?
So we haven't talked about a veto, but it's clear that Donald Trump doesn't believe in a national abortion ban. He said that his policy is to let the states decide the majority of abortion policy in this country. And so I think that really it's a difference.
And he's been saying that, but they're trying to twist and turn his words whichever way they want to do.
Of semantics. He thinks it's absurd to even talk about vetoing a piece of legislation that has no chance of being brought. I think it's a totally reasonable point. But again, the main substantive issue is Donald Trump believes that abortion should be a state policy. And Kamala Harris fundamentally thinks that abortion should be funded by taxpayers right up to the moment of birth. And it was interesting that the ABC fact checkers or the moderators who frankly were just helping Kamala Harris in the debate, that they said that no state supports abortion up to the moment of birth. Her own running mate has supported legislation that would remove the requirement that doctors provide life-saving care to babies who survive botched abortion. So I think his point is Democrats are the real radicals on this issue, and whatever cover the moderators provided, the truth is the truth, and their record's pretty out there.
On this question,
And the Democrats are the devils here, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to use taxpayer dollars to just do anything they want with it. They want to raise taxes and raise the price for everything for us and just have us poor all the time. So we're just stuck in their little cycle. And we can't do anything about it because the people around us won't wake up and stop voting blue. That's all I'm trying to get people to wake up to is just stop voting blue. And I try to tell people this. The people around me, I try to tell them, look at this, look at that. Oh, he hates black people. Every time I try to tell them the truth about what's going on around us, they don't never want to hear it. They want to see Kamala Harris bring rappers and stuff on stage, twerkers, all types of stuff. She's the biggest chameleon, the biggest hypocrite there is known to mankind. And I'm telling you guys, keep sharing videos like this because if they don't get out there and people don't see the truth, people will never know the truth. So let's keep going. Let's finish this video out.
specifically, Trump could have said yes, he would veto a national abortion ban. Why did he not take the opportunity to do so when you know how important abortion is to so many voters?
Well, because I think he believes it's an absurd hypothetical, which of course it is. No national abortion ban is coming before the United States Senate or the United States Congress. If it did, it would maybe get 10% of those bodies to vote for it.
Why did you say before that he would veto it? Why didn't you say that before? You didn't say it was hypothetical.
Well, Caitlin, what I said explicitly is that Donald Trump doesn't believe in a national abortion ban. He doesn't. And the question of how far he would go is to me like a semantic thing that doesn't actually make sense. It's an absurd proposition. It's never going to happen. And I think what President Trump is saying is, I don't like to deal in these absurd hypotheticals. It's not going to happen, and he's been clear that he doesn't support it.
Well, I think there may be some women voters who would have liked for him to answer that question. The other thing that he brought up, which I was kind of surprised by, I guess I would say, is he brought up this misleading false claim that you yourself have talked about in recent days about Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, abducting people's pets and eating them, which officials there have said is not true. You yourself acknowledged it may be false on Twitter. You still told people to keep spreading it. But Trump just amplified it to tens of millions of people who were watching. Why push something that's not true?
Well, first of all, city officials have not said it's not true. They've said they don't have all the evidence.
They said they have no evidence.
We've heard from a number of constituents on the ground, Caitlin, who both firsthand and secondhand reports saying this stuff is happening. So they very clearly, meaning the people on the ground dealing with this, think that it is happening. And I think that it's important for journalists to actually get on the ground and uncover this stuff for themselves when you have a lot of people saying, my pets are being abducted, or geese at the city pond are being abducted and slaughtered right in front of us. This is crazy stuff. And again, whether those exact rumors turn out to be mostly true, somewhat true, whatever the case may be, Caitlin, this town has been ravaged by 20,000 migrants coming in. Healthcare costs are up. Housing costs are up. Communicable diseases like HIV and TB have skyrocketed in this small Ohio town. This is what Kamala Harris's border policies have done. And I think it's interesting, Caitlin, that the media didn't care about the carnage wrought by these policies until we turned it into a meme about cats. And that speaks to the media's failure to care about what's going on in these communities. If we have to meme about it to get the media to care, we're going to keep on doing it because the media should care about what's going on.
I saw you say that. I think the media does care about it. I just read a very lengthy report in the New York Times on it. PBS NewsHour did a whole story. But can I ask you?
Us talking about it and bringing it up. Nobody cared about this until we raised this issue.
Senator, you talked about that your office has gotten a lot of reports. I mean, if someone calls your office and says they saw Bigfoot, that doesn't mean they saw Bigfoot. Why? I mean, you have a sense of responsibility as a running mate, and he certainly does as the candidate to not promote false information, right?
Caitlin, it's a totally fair point, but nobody's calling my office and saying that they saw Bigfoot. What they're calling and saying is we're seeing migrants kidnap our dogs and cats, and city officials aren't doing anything about it. Now, again, I have a responsibility as a United States Senator. I think the media has a responsibility as an institution that cares about truth to actually take people seriously when they say their lives have been ruined by this migrant crisis. And again, if every single thing that the media says about this story is false, the verifiable facts are that this community has had their lives destroyed by 20,000 migrants coming in and uprooting life.
Again, officials said no credible evidence of the claim. But Senator J.D. Vance, thank you for joining us with your.
So guys, what doesn't make sense to me is she's not making any comments on the migrants that are coming here and doing all types of violence. Some words that they're doing that I can't say on here, and she's not asking any questions about Kamala. Why is that? Why are they not attacking Kamala the same way they're doing Trump? They just think Trump just made a complete fool of himself or something, which he didn't. But why are they just so biased? Like, how can you hate one person so much? I I get you dislike the guy, but you don't have to just keep throwing shots. Why don't you ask questions about Kamala? They're not attacking the Democrats like this. Let me know what you guys think about this quick video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and as always, let me know what you react to. We're out.